No one saw that. You're good.
Alright, we are ready to go with Hollow Knight.
Alright. Sweet. So I'm going to start the file. The actual time doesn't start until the opening cutscenes are done. So let's go. There is a reason I'm selecting file 3, and that's because it's the fastest file, because it's the best number. It actually ends up being the fastest file location because of the mouse position, so we can just mash through the menus and everything. So time's going to start up now.
Alright, we are go.
Oh great, failed that already. Wonderful. So this is Hollow Knight. This is all skills, true ending, apparently. I've barely done true ending at all in this, so this should be an adventure. This category is a fairly recent addition to the Hollow Knight speedrunning repertoire. We added it not too long ago to give us a little bit longer of a run from any percent and not quite as long as 100%. I missed that. We're going to try the backup because this guy's right here. Nope. Alright. So I was trying to get a super slide there. It's really tough with a high frame rate. So Hollow Knight came out on PC about a year ago, just general information stuff. And just recently came out on Switch. It's done very well for itself in the last year and a half. So basics of the game, in the top left you'll see that little round bar that looks like it has some white juice inside of it. That's essentially my mana. It's called Soul in the game world. And then next to that are my HP, my 5 masks. And you can do a lot of different things with Soul. You can cast spells, you can heal, and you gain Soul by hitting enemies, which is a really unique mechanic. So it forces you into combat in order to heal, which is really cool. So there's a fine balance between that and casting spells too. So what all skills is, well, first off, this is no storage out of bounds version of all skills, which means there's going to be glitches and there's going to be a lot of them. And it only excludes one glitch, which lets you go out of bounds at any transition. So here we're going to start with some stuff. We open the inventory there as we land. That allows us to talk to Cornifer while walking and buy the map right before the transition. So now we're going to have this fun graphic on our screen for like 5 minutes. And this is just a graphical glitch from what I just did. And we need the map in this category to cancel a lot of animations. And that's going to give us physics of those different animations at particular points, and we can do a lot of fun things with that. So also I'm playing in Chinese, which is the fastest language out of all the available languages on this patch. The text just scrolls faster, there's less text boxes, so just ends up being faster. So coming up here, I'm going to do a real quick glitch here that allow me to get off the bench quickly. Just like that. Saves a second. But that's an example of storage, which is the base of all of our glitches in this game. So there I got a version called Focus Storage. I started healing and then canceled it with my map. And that confused the game and kicked me off the bench really quick. So yeah, all skills. I was talking about all skills before. All skills means we get all skills. It's pretty self-explanatory. But what that encompasses is movement abilities, spells, and nail arts. Anything that would be considered a skill to your character. So that doesn't include charms and grubs, all the other collectible type things. This is the False Knight, first boss of the game. bad first cycle there. We're actually going to kill this guy. Normally you can skip him. And the only reason we're going to kill this guy is so we can take his money. So normally that wall right there breaks, and you can exit the room early. Nail it, but... So he drops an item here. I'm not even going to pick it up because we don't need it. But I need the money in that chest up there on the left. So because this category is much longer, there's a lot of things that I need to buy. I need to buy a bunch of stag stations. I need to buy abilities. I need to buy a charm. And it's a lot of money over the course of the run. So that 200 buggy bean count there in that chest is very worth it for the amount of time it takes to kill him. So here's our first spell of the game. This is Vengeful Spirit, or Fireball. And normally you're supposed to have a little tutorial section after this, but we're just going to skip that. So we grab it and exit immediately. That's another version of storage there. We just inventory dropped right into it. Now we're going to do some fun stuff. So I canceled my Fireball there, which is going to give me float. And I can just jump as high as I want now. So this is a version of float called Persistent Float, because it persists through transitions. We're very creative with our glitch names. So now I have zero gravity physics because I canceled that Fireball animation. Here we get the Baldur one shot. Normally you're supposed to hit him with 4. We're going to try this here. Get another P float here. We're going to try and carry this through like 4 rooms. And hope I don't soft lock. Well, I got the bad slope there, but it's fine. So in Green Path here, we're heading to fight Hornet, who is a major NPC in the game. We're going to see her here on the side of the room. Right there. Hello. We're not supposed to be able to get up to where I just got, and I ruined it. Nice. This is the last room I really needed it in. So I can do a real quick jump right up here. Again, collecting more geo, because we need a bunch of it. I'm going to buy a stag station up here, actually. And then we're going to go fight Hornet. So Hornet's, like I said, a pretty major NPC in the game. She kind of is your guide, I guess. We're going to see her very shortly and show her who's boss. So here you're supposed to go to the right and then go up and around, and that's a shortcut, that log right there, but we can just float right on past it. Looks like you guys can even barely see anything, it's so dark. This map will be going away here shortly. Alright, so this is Hornet. I'm going to try and double tap my map here really quick on her cutscene to store it, and then I can move during it. Lets me get over to her a little bit quicker. good. There we go. See you later. So now we just got dash, which is awesome because I'm so tired of walking already. Now we get to actually go fast. Also, I used interaction storage on that pickup there. There's supposed to be a cutscene where you meet the dreamers, and it's all boring and stuff, so we just skip that and immediately save quit out of there. So one really fun part about running Hollow Knight is that the game gets progressively faster with the more upgrades you get. Obviously you start out just walking, and then you get dash, and then you get a faster way to use dash, and then we get a super dash, and it gets pretty ridiculous. There's also a glitch called super sliding, which we're going to see a huge showcase of at the end. But that allows you to move the fastest in the game. So here I stored that drop in, and that allows me to uncap my acceleration. I missed that. So anytime I fall with the menu open like that, we call that inventory dropping or menu dropping. And normally your fall speed is supposed to be capped at a speed of 20. Cloth skip coming up. Okay, got it. But just opening your menu like that uncaps that speed, so you can fall at nearly infinite speed. I think the fastest speed we get up to in the tallest room is like 90. But we have tested it out of bounds, and you can get like 5 million speed. It's pretty crazy. So I'm going to get float right here to just go up and skip that little progression blocker there. I'm going to go into Mantis Village here backwards. And we're going to try and get this pogo on these guys to get up here sooner.
Let me know when there might be a good time for a donation.
Oh, sure. Give me like 20 seconds to mess with these guys, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, so we stored that with interaction storage. Normally all these texts like this are supposed to lock you in place, but we can just run through them. You can go ahead.
Alright, thank you, Anonymous, for your $5 donation.
Hey, thanks. You're my favorite person. Until someone else donates. Alright. Right down here is Dash Master. As its name suggests, it's going to let me dash better. So this charm, this is our introduction to charms, I guess. Charms are your character's loadout in the game. They let you do different things. There's like 40 of them. They all augment your character in different ways. This one allows you to dash more often and dash downward. So now you can see my dash interval has increased, or decreased, or some modifier that lets me go faster. Oh, also that ability that I picked up in Mantis Village was Wall Cling, or Wall Cling, Mantis Claw, which lets me wall jump. See you, Cruz Mom. So now I can do this. Wall jump, I can dash fast. But yeah, charms. We're only going to get 2 charms in the run. Well, 3, I guess, now, counting Void Heart at the very end. But there's a system in the game with charms and notches. You have a certain number of notches you get throughout the game where you can... Each charm costs a certain number of them. Oh, this is right here. And I missed it. Awesome. So we just bought Shaman Stone, and that's the only other charm we're gonna get. I cannot get storage. Hello, let's go. There we go. Hit me. Now I have P-float again. I was trying to get that in Salubra's hut. Now we're going to do a trick called Water Walk. And I missed it. And missed it again. Hey, there we go. So this is a variation of Airwalk, which allows you to walk on the air. Again, I told you we're very creative with our names. So the game thinks we're on the ground, which is why I can dash like crazy in the midair. So stopping my movement just above the water like that with P-float active, those two things combined, let me just do that. So these are the Dreamers that we didn't see before. These are the main plot point guys. They seal the final boss, and we need to go kill them because they're bad. Actually, two of them are not too bad, but this guy, that guy right there with one eye, he's kind of an asshole. So I carried P-float all the way into this sequence here. So we're just going to leave this little platform they trap you on. Mess up the camera a little bit. Swing those nails for timing. If you start heading to the right here too soon, this character here will not move. And you need her way over here on the right to get this next pickup. So this is the Dream Nail. This allows you to read people's minds and enter their dreams and then kill them. And there's another character here we're supposed to meet. You can hear her there, but we're never going to see her. So now we're going to head down to the capital of the world, of this world. And this segment coming up is the most dangerous of this entire run. The middle of this run is absolutely brutal. There's a huge section where you're not going to have any save points. You need to take intentional damage in spots, and that's part of what makes this category really fun. It's just very, very punishing. It can be a little frustrating for that reason too, but, you know. I'm going to take a safety bench here, though, because I don't want to waste 2 minutes if I die or something. There was the game trying to tell me how to use charms. Whoops. We'll go this way. I need more soul. I don't have enough. Can we hit him, please? I'm really good at this game. So we're gonna do some real tricky stuff here. We're gonna get hit by the elevator on purpose, and so that puts our character on the elevator, even though we're not. We're just gonna go right through the floor. So that skipped a little mini-boss here in this area. And now I'm going to equip all the charms that I want. So this is actually a vanilla mechanic of the game called overcharming, where you can have more charms on than you're supposed to, than the number of notches that you have, but at the consequence of receiving double damage from all sources. So if you're supposed to take 2, you take 4, 4, 8, you know, simple math kind of things. But what I did was I put both the charms on in an overcharm state and then removed the overcharm state while the charm was unequipping, but I stopped the charm from unequipping. So I have both of them on now, but I'm not overcharmed, if that made any sense. So this right up here, this is a fun little glitch called Televator. And I missed it. And I missed it again. Awesome. Well, you'll get to see it later. It's fine. And my fireball didn't go. There we go. So then right up here, we're going to do another combination of float with the elevator glitch. Or not, because I'm bad. There we go. Oh, just barely made it out. There we go. So now we're supposed to be locked in place from that scream. We're still moving during all this. We got our upgraded spell, so now our fireball does double damage. So now you can see why this part of the game is really brutal for the run. I'm at 2 HP. I'm gonna heal here once because I'm a scrub. So we're heading all the way up here into Soul Sanctum to get Dive, which is another spell. I just wasted one. And I'm way overpowered for what I should be in this area right now. Because I got that spell really early. That upgraded Dark Fireball. I hate those guys. Those guys are the worst designed enemy in this game. They can just teleport right in front of you when you're dashing. It's wonderful. You'll probably see it in this room. There we go. Soulmaster here has a very long intro to his fight. And at the very end of it, I'm going to try and break out of it during his scream, and then damage him during it. Really? Okay. Nice double hit on that one. I'm gonna die. This guy has the best death noises in the whole game. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna take this part really safe. There is a way you can get double hits on this guy here. Cool. So now we've got Dive. This will let us do some fun things later. Oh well, let's get it. There we go. Unfortunately, I cannot skip this text here. If I do, the door on the left of this room will not open. So I need to sit through and watch that one. So one thing I haven't mentioned yet is the patch that I'm on. This game has had a number of content updates since it's come out. This glitch restriction category was originally run on the opening patch of the entire game. And it was that way for a long time, even though other categories continued to progress to newer patches. Mostly because there was a glitch called thorn warping, which let us go and do some crazy stuff and get past a gate later in the game. But this is the first content update that Team Cherry added to the game. This is called Hidden Dreams. This is patch 1118. And one special thing that this patch did was it removed that gate later in the game. And so now we don't need to use thorn warping to get past it anymore. So we were able to update what patch we were playing on to be more recent. The game runs smoother, you can skip some cutscenes, all that kind of stuff. So, and the addition of Chinese language in this content update too. So overall, it just ends up being faster. The game is currently on patch 1315, but that patch is very slow. They removed everything fun out of that, and yeah. But luckily we're on PC and we can down patch, and it makes running a lot easier.
Is there time to read off a couple of donations?
Yeah.
We had 3 donations come in. 2 of them were for Anonymous, one for $5, one for $6. Thank you, Anonymous, for those. The third donation was from the username Inspired, who donated $5 and said, "We still love you if you don't good love on YouTube and radio." So I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you for all those donations.
Thanks, Inspired. I couldn't hear it, but I appreciate it. Inspired is one of my mods. He's a cool dude. So I just casually did 2 televators there. That's what I was talking about earlier and that I failed. And these are the Watcher Knights. Oh, good. A lot of lag. Oh, I did it too late. Please. Nice. So dream mailing enemies like this actually gives you a third of your soul meter. If you're watching up in the top left, when I do it, it's giving me a ton of mana. Oh, that's good. I have so much HP right now, we're fine. Awesome. I want to know what happened. So here's Televator again. Oop, right up to the top. So Televator works by confusing the elevator and just glitching out the code completely. Go figure, right? But the safe spot, or the default spot of elevators, is at position 0, which is up at the very top. So when the elevator gets in a really confused state, it defaults to position 0, right up to the top, and that's convenient because it teleports us with it. So we can just transport up them super fast. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on the way down, so we just have to ride them down or tell them to go down and then drop off them. So now we're going to head to Crystal Peaks. This section of the game is really fun. It's very cycle-based. The platforming looks pretty cool. It's fun to do. And then we get to do a dark room after that. So there's an item in this game called the Lumify Lantern that you're supposed to get. Well, not you don't have to get it, because I'm not going to get it. But it lights up these dark rooms, makes it way easier to see in them. There's still a little bit of glow around your character that lets you see, but the lantern lights up basically the whole room. We're going to take a short detour here to kill the gorgeous husk. This is a little secret area. There's tons of secrets in this game. Just like that. There we go. She gives you 420 geo because, of course, she does. Sorry, not geo, buggy beans.
Is it alright if I read off another donation?
I guess.
The original Xbox just donated $34 more to our charity. Thank you, original Xbox.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for making me run true ending, which I am not good at. Alright, so this room's infected now. We were here earlier, much earlier in the game. But now, because of plot reasons, there's these big ugly monsters now. All full of orange goo. And they're awful. There's actually quite a lot of lore in this game for being a Metroidvania. It tells a story in the way that a Dark Souls game does. Although it's not technically inspired by a Dark Souls game, because the makers of it never played Dark Souls before making this, which is pretty interesting. But all the lore throughout the game is very hidden, like Dark Souls. You need to go find it. You need to piece it together yourself. It doesn't just tell you the story and say, go here, which is really cool. It's very old school Metroidvania-like, which makes sense because it's a Metroidvania. Oh, hello. Need to hit him. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. That's one downside of having Dash Master. You dash downwards when you don't want to sometimes. It's fine. I have 2 HP. We're fine. Probably. Sneak right past that laser. I do need my soul meter here, the rest of it for a glitch coming up. So I can't even use this to heal. We might peach strat out and get some more soul in a little bit. So here's another fun use of airwalk. I'm gonna hit the ceiling and go all the way down to this platform and dash and miss it. So we're gonna do it again. And I did the perfect height that time. This is wonderful. Hey, there we go. So if you dash a few pixels above the ground, the game's like, oh, you're on the ground, but you're actually not, so you can just do this. Inventory storage out of that. And now we have Crystal Heart, and this allows us to do this ability. This is the fastest movement in the game at a speed of 30. Normal dashing has a speed of 20. And the glitch I mentioned before, super sliding, I'm gonna peach out. I don't need, whoops. We'll just get one. Super sliding gives you a speed of 37.5. I'm sure I'm gonna be corrected probably by Sean. It's fine. Alright, our run is valid now because we saved the grub. And here's the dark room. Sweet! That room used to be completely awful. There was a strat to go that I don't know why I came up with it to go through there, but it relied on RNG of one of the enemies in there to not hit you. But I got fed up with that and losing runs to that, so I finally mapped out that room with just dashes and completely removes that RNG. And it's like 3 seconds faster, so that helps too. So here we're getting an upgraded dive spell. This is Descending Dark. And I don't know why, you don't even need storage to quit out of this one. The game just says you don't need to watch this. But Descending Dark is a much more upgraded dive spell. I don't know the numbers offhand of how much it increases your dive by, but it's a lot. So now we're going to go beat the final 2 Dreamers, we're going to get another spell, and then we're going to go get more things, and then we're going to go get Void Heart, and then we're going to beat the game. Probably. So one interesting thing, well, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. We'll get there when we get there. I was going to talk about Void Heart, but there'll be enough time when I'm messing with all that. Well, so right here is a little shortcut into the area where we're supposed to go next, and I messed that up, and I messed that up again. We're gonna do this again because this is swaggy when you get it. Nope, we're not. Just kidding, we are. Nope. I'm gonna blame this computer because I'm not used to playing on it. Oh my goodness. So that's the easy setup, just to walk off that little platform, but you can dash onto it from the air, and it looks really cool. I'm gonna peach out coming up here too. There's a safety bench I can take. So in here is Monomon, guarded by Umu. The best boss in the game. No Kappa. Thankfully, the curse of runners dying to this boss in marathons has been broken recently, so I don't have to worry about that. Although I've just jinxed myself now, so... Of course, Team Cherry had to put a Metroid in this game. Ooh, let's not do this. Okay, we're okay. I'm trying to kite him in a very specific pattern. There we go. I only want him to do those 3 attacks, not 4. And then get that amount of damage on him. Kite him up into the left. Don't get hit, thank you. This is not good though. I wanted to be way up left. Yeah, he's gonna do a 3rd attack here. So his first phase he can do 3 or 4 attacks, and then all other phases he'll do... Oh, I have enough health. We'll do this. Nice. He'll do 2 or 3 attacks. And of course he did 3 there. 1, 2, 3. So I got float here at the end. I do have the abilities to get here intended with Super Dash, but this float will allow me to exit the archives much faster. I cannot see her eyes. That's fine. This is gonna suck on Radiance. The gamma level's pretty high, so I'm gonna get probably killed by some of her orb attacks. Alright, so now we get to look at Fast Escape. Again, you can leave this area as intended with Super Dash, or you could do this. So that's significantly faster than leaving the intended way. You just fly all the way up. It's pretty fun. So normally in an any percent run right now we'd go to Hera, but we're going to take a short detour because this ability is right here to get Wraiths. This is our final spell attack. We're going to upgrade it oops. We're going to upgrade it later. So part of the definition of all skills is that you need the most upgraded version of everything. So that includes level 2 of all spells, your level 2 dash, all of that. So that's why we need to get level 1, because level 2 is gated by level 1. Oh boy. Oh boy. There goes a minute. This arena is really fun. It's not that those enemies are strong or powerful or anything, there's just 8 million of them. Oh boy, this might be too low. Nope, we're good. I'm a god, apparently. He says after he died to some mosquitoes. Whoop, there's my shade. I got it. I don't die in here ever. I don't know where the shade spawns at. Jesus. There's so many. So there, by inventory dropping into this one, we can skip the little cutscene stuff after it, the same way we did with the Fireball one way early at the beginning. Alright. I think I'm gonna... do I try the really hard strat or do I not? We're doing it. YOLO. Nope. 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 This is wonderful. Oh, I died. Hey, at least I tried. So that's the Queen's Garden acid skip. There's a tiny, tiny space where you can cling to the wall and super dash across. That's actually the NMG, or No Major Glitches, way to get past there. But I'm gonna peach out again. Hello, I need you. So this is the boring way to go across, but it's safe. And this is Queen's Garden. Oh, that was not the spell I wanted to use, but it works. So this is a very late game area, normally. Not the intended way you're meant to go to Deep Nest, which is where I'm headed. So all the enemies in here are very strong. I haven't upgraded my nail at all. My spells are really powerful, but I also don't have a lot of HP. So this area is particularly dangerous, especially since I need to take a potential or an intentional damage there to respawn down below. That respawn hazard area is just a little bit too tall, so you can touch it from above, be hazard respawn, and you're right next to the lever where you're supposed to go. So here we go into Deep Nest. These rooms are the ones that you're supposed to have lantern for. So they're all going to be dark. Hello, let's hit it. Thank you. So this is the second out of 3 dark rooms. And the last one? So this is where that gate was. Right here. That they took out of the game. And that required people to have lantern. Because lanterns, or tolls in the dark, required you to have lantern to interact with them. They still do, but there's only one that does that now. And that was really frustrating for a lot of players that would not have lantern and get to that spot and then find themselves locked out of this area for really no reason. They got there, I don't even know how, but they did. And yeah, so they completely removed that barrier from the game, allowed people to actually get to this part if they got here super early. And I did not get the double hit. Don't hit me, thank you. Okay, this is our last dreamer. But then I need to go get a whole bunch more stuff yet. Okay, I need to remember to get a little bit of soul here. We're going to do a new optimization. A little small one, but it's pretty fun. Using a glitch that we've known about for a very long time, but nobody likes to use. Because it's kind of cheesy. Oh, also, if you look down after paying for a toll, everything goes fast. I don't know why. Looking down is too strong. Please nerf. Alright, let's get one more bit of soul. From one of these guys. So we're heading out to Kingdom's Edge. There's a nice little secret door here to get out here. Most players discover this area out here to the right by going all the way down through Deep Nest, getting the tram pass, and then getting out here that way. I'm too far left. Oh, I'm not. Nice. So here's a glitch. Now I'm invulnerable. So I can just dash right through these guys. You can probably tell why we don't like using this glitch. It's not very fun to just become invulnerable and fight bosses. So a lot of people don't do it. It ends up being a little bit slower in some areas anyway. But for something like that, though, it's really swaggy to do, so. Shoutouts to Stay Plus for finding that one. That little optimization. I think I have this now, yeah. Usually I go off my auto splitter for when the the game tells me I have an item. So I'm waiting a little bit longer just to be sure I get them. And we're done with Kingdom's Edge now. There's a boss fight over there that everyone's probably familiar with if you've played the game. It's really fun. It's very plot-driven. Oops. One more. Gives you an item that lets you get into the abyss. But we're going to get into the abyss a different way. So we're heading down there now. There's a lot of fun stuff down here. This is the really glitchy part of the run. We got float now. Just going to go all the way down to here. And I'm too low. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Normally you're supposed to come in here from the left and super dash through that little sliver of air between the spikes. And normally you're supposed to fight a gauntlet of enemies in here, but we're just going to float right underneath. And now we're in Eastman's Grove. So this is Eastman's Tier, allows us to swim in water, or acid. This green bubbly stuff, this is acid. It will hurt you. It's the stuff that I was diving into in getting into Queen's Garden just for fun. Wanted to prove that it's dangerous. So now we're going to make our final swing down through here. I have so much geo right now. Nice, they let me through. Sorry, buggy beans. So now we get to do some really fun stuff with super slides. Honestly, this stuff is the reason why a lot of people stay away from this category, because this part of the run is pretty crazy. So we're going to turn on VSync here to lower our frame rate. Missed it. So we're going to keep doing this until we get this, because we have to. This is going to skip Broken Vessel, this fight over here. Nope. This is, we believe, a frame-perfect trick. Which is why lowering the frame rate with VSync really helps with this. There we go. So now we're out of bounds. We're on the right side, we're flying up. Now we're on top of the level. see my crystal dash there. 1, 2, cancel. I'm on the left side of the room. And we're past Broken Vessel. You could see him there for just a second. So that skips a long segment of going down below, wrapping up and around, then fighting Broken Vessel. Saves like 2 minutes. We're going to do some more crazy shenanigans like that down in the Abyss. So what we just saw there to get out through that transition is the normal super slide, but one interesting characteristic of super slides, come on, let's do the thing, there we go, is that it preserves your vertical momentum. And so we can do some fun stuff with that here. I'm going to go out through that top transition. This might take a while too. This one's really finicky. Nope. So I need to activate wings to give me my Y momentum and then also get a super slide off of it at the same time. There we go. So now we're just going to slowly float up through this transition. All transitions are disabled when you're in this state, as you can tell. You just go right through them. Now we're out of bounds. And I dashed over to the left side on the very top. We're going to float all the way down. Stop our movement here. Now we're in the transition. So here's another little... Oh, I did not get it. Come on. So this is the upgraded yelling spell. But we're just going to leave that animation. And this will give us a sprite lock glitch. Hollow Knight's gonna be hella woke for like the rest of the run. Oops, I'm gonna hit that guy first, I guess. So then, as if we weren't doing enough glitches down here. Oh, if I can get it. This is a rocket jump. This allows us to just do this. We can skip that entire platforming section with that, getting up to here. Skateboarding Hollow Knight coming through. So now we inventory drop into this, and we can leave this immediately. We'll leave our body behind again. I don't know where that other body came from, but now it's just there, stuck in that black pool for forever. Alright, and now since we met this incentive, for some god-awful reason, we're going to do true ending. Some brilliant runner decided it would be a good idea to submit that as an incentive. Then only practice it for like 3 days. So again, if you've played this game and you've gotten the true ending, you know that you need an item called Void Heart. Oh my god, please get in the spot. Right there is good enough. There we go. And we're out of bounds again. Okay, we got the rocket jump out of bounds. So we're using this to gain height. And thankfully, this load zone is always here. So now we're in the Void Heart area. Without having done any of White Palace, without having to get the other King Soul shards, anything. We're just down here. Oh, that's not good. Well, I just hit spikes for good reason. I have like no practice in this area, so this is really scary. And these guys do 2 damage. And I need to get float here. Go away. And I messed it up. I can't get soul anywhere, so we're just gonna do this, I guess. I was gonna show off a fun little float in this next part, but I'm really bad, so we have to climb this normally, and I don't know what this room looks like, so this will be fun. So normally you're supposed to climb out of the ground there, but we're doing this early. We just broke out of that animation. I think you go left, then you go right, then you go back left again. This is way cooler when you can just fly up through this entire area. It's okay though, we still have our sprite lock thing, so we're gonna see some funny stuff up here. We're just gonna have 2 bodies here. The woke knight just watching over this little scene. Later. So I don't know what that charm is. I've never seen that in my life. But now we have Void Heart. And unfortunately, I need to save quit to exit this area, so we're done with the sprite lock glitch. So, unfortunately, the Abyss is coded really well, and so now we have this awesome hard save right here. Thank you for that, Team Cherry. Otherwise, we could just quit out. But now we have to do this super slide to get out of bounds again, and then escape the Abyss. I'm actually doing decent on time. That's surprising. I'm saving all of my time for Radiance. So we initially had a problem with getting out of the Abyss here. There was just not... Wow, first try both times. That's actually really rare. We had some initial trouble getting out of the Abyss. But now we have like 8 different ways to exit it. Okay, we're going... Oh, I just failed that. Nice. Nope. Okay, we're going up. Gonna rocket jump all the way up to the top of the room. All while out of bounds. I'm on the very right side of the room right now. Screen's gonna wipe to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Dash twice, and we're there. I've done a lot of practicing counting the 12. So we got a little bit of cleanup left to do before we can go finish the game. Unfortunately, these abilities are kind of out of the way, so I just threw them in the routing here at the end. Decided that was a good time to get them. Need to go to Dirtmouth. Rest here. Fun fact that I bet nobody besides the runners know. There's a load zone way up here in the sky. So now instead of going all the way through King's Pass and everything, we just come right up here to Howling Cliffs. And here's one of our nail arts. Later. Normally you're supposed to watch that little cutscene and whatever, but you get the ability like right away. At least I think I got it. I'm probably gonna check because I don't normally leave to the left there like that. Just to be sure. Yep, we're good. We got it. Oh boy. Got 6 minutes to meet estimate. I had extra time for Radiance added on, right? Please? Oops. See if I miss this guy. Ah, alright. That's actually 100% consistent, so. There's another little platforming puzzle you're supposed to go through on the left there, but you can just jump right up for whatever reason. Oh, I didn't get the storage. Whatever. I like talking to this guy anyway.
Vinelo, bam.
Alright. The last real... Well, I'm not going to say that because we got one more coming up. We're just going to walk right through that closed door. Doors are not real. We'll see Hornet in a little bit here. So this part might take me 20 minutes. It might take me 3 minutes. We'll see what happens.
We have a $10 donation from Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous.
Hey, thanks. You're my new favorite person. So I just like to yell at my older brother here. I need to make sure to not over damage him. There we go. You can actually kill him before this little cutscene takes place, which is not good. Alright. This is gonna be a disaster. Just gonna fight the sun. Yep. There's no better final boss than the sun. Oh, good. That's a great start. Oh, wonderful. Oh, yeah. Awesome. So there's attempt number 1. Wow, thank you, game. Thank you, game. Thank you, game. This is wonderful. I'm gonna die to Hollow Knight. Oh, goodness. There we go. So, when I was practicing earlier, I beat Radiant's second try on one of my attempts, and then the next time took me like 15. So, that's our range we're gonna work with right now. Oh, good. Well, we're one hit from death now. Oh, wonderful. There we go. Let's try this again. Get good. Thank you for triple hitting all of those. There we go, there's a quad hit. Oh, I'm the greatest. We're halfway through. Hey, look, we beat her. JK. All right, now for the hard part. Oh, really? That's rude. Come on. 2 of these in a row. What a jeez. Oh, please no. Hey, I did it. Oh, I didn't do that though. Alright, now we just gotta not pull a new Chevy. That was only like 3, right? 3, 4? We just beat the crap out of her. Why couldn't we fight like this guy the whole time? The game would be way more fun. And time-ish. Somewhere in here. This is like the best cutscene right here. All right. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. I didn't break the estimate too much, so we're good.
All right. Up next, we have the Flying Marlin to play Pepsi Man.
God.